You've talked about this job for a long time. It took you a long time to physically get there. What's it been like to actually finally lead this group at the beginning of practice?
It's been great. It's been awesome. You know, I've said to a lot of people, one of the things that the last staff did a great job of, they got a lot of really good people here. And we have good people to coach. And we have great kids in our program. And that's a credit to Coach Dunlap and his staff. You know, it's been great to get on the floor with these guys and try to implement the new way of doing things and how we want to do it. And we're nowhere near where we want to be, but our guys are trying to do what I'm asking, what our staff's asking. And for that, I'm thankful and appreciative of.
Yeah, Mattias, you had opportunities, you had options. Why'd you come back and play for this head coach, your new head coach, Stan Johnson?
I mean, there's a lot of things going into that, but as Coach Johnson said, I know we have a great team. There's no question about that. All the way from several years ago, we recruited very well. So I know we have the great players. I know I like my situation here, and I really trust the coaching staff that we have. We met for a few days. We were talking basketball. We were talking not basketball. Just trying to build that relationship and trying for me to understand what the coaches want us to do and how we want to play. And at the end of the day, I follow my gut feeling, and this was the best choice for me.
Eli, what was your reaction when you heard that Mattias was coming back?
Just excited. Last time we played together, we had put a very solid season together. And, this year we want to do the same, but with an even better schedule. Some people could say that 22-win season we had, our schedule was a bit but I'm just excited to get him back and hopefully shock some people.
So Stan, you had to rely on what you saw on tape. It took you a while to actually see these individuals in person. What were some of your first impressions?
Well, I felt like we had, some really good pieces. Anytime you have a guy who averages 17 and 7, I don't care what league that is, that's a great starting point, with Eli. I think Eli is one of the most versatile forwards in the country, not in the WCC, in the country. I was in the Big East. We didn't have a lot of guys like him in the Big East. I mean, he can handle, he can knock down shots, he can come off pick and rolls. He's a great post-up player. That's a great starting block. To have a 7-foot guy, 7'2", 7'3", that can catch and finish around the rim, and really is still developing as a player. We haven't seen Mattias's best basketball. Mattias hasn't played basketball very long. So to have those two guys in the fold, for me, was exciting. And that's what I saw. And then to have two other guys, and Joe and Damian Douglas sitting out with injuries that were impactful players when they did play. Those are good starting points. And, they have not disappointed me. And, I keep telling these guys, I wish they could see what I could see, because they're even better than what they believe today. Some of that is going to have to come with some success, but what I've seen on film has fit what I'm seeing in person.
To climb up in this league, what must happen with the Lions to make sure that you're in that upper tier of the WCC?
For me personally, I believe that execution and trust as a team will probably be the biggest thing for us this year, because Coach Johnson and the coaching staff laid out a great foundation for us, but unfortunately they can't play any games for us. So I think taking what they instilled into us and actually putting it on the court and not being individual players or not having mental lapses over the season, be able to put together multiple games in a row. So I think being able to build as the season goes on and continue to build on the foundation that Coach Johnson's laid for us will be amazing for us this year.
For us, our basketball character has to go way up. And what does that mean? For me, that's our competitive spirit. On every rep, every possession, every game, every minute, we have to have the basketball character that is needed to win. We have great character as people. We have to match our basketball character with our people character, because the teams you mentioned, the teams that win, they have great basketball character. And that's the details that these guys are talking about. And to play in this league and to be at the top of the league, we have to master that in practice. And those are the things and what we're trying to instill here. If we can do that, we have a chance to have a really good season. So It's my hope that at the end of the year we'll be standing where we should be, and our basketball character will be where it should be.